Hey y'all, it's Lauren and Jamie.
This week we're talking about roommates.
This is the Chicks and Dip podcast. Hey y'all.
Hello, hello.
It's Lauren.
It's Jamie. Welcome to the Chicks and Dip podcast, episode 17.
17. Welcome back, y'all. We have a great episode for y'all today, all about roommates.
Yeah, we love getting the feedback from you guys. These episodes go so well. It's crazy to hear y'all's stories.
Yeah, whenever we crowdsource, I mean, y'all, I keep saying it, but y'all freaking deliver every time. It's so fun.
Literally every single time. Before we get into that, though, Lauren had an unfortunate situation this weekend.
So I'm like realizing something that's like hard for me to come to terms with. Y'all remember on the New Orleans episode, I said like I rarely fall. I think maybe I used to rarely fall, and now I fall often because I have fallen again. And I also told y'all previously that whenever I do fall, it's a spectacle. It's like, it's not like a little trip. It's like, you know, the New Orleans one was the 2 feet out from underneath me, flat on the butt, like spectacle. Well, this past weekend, I fell again. And I had on these fabulous shoes. They're the ones that I wore on the show last week. And I was strutting. And I didn't even realize I was about to like make the transition from sidewalk to loose gravel. And so I didn't change my walk at all. I just kept strutting. And as soon as my left foot hit the loose gravel, the ankle went and then my whole body went. Like knee absolutely just ate shit. I was bleeding. My knee has been so bruised. I feel like I got a busted leg. And I didn't like, I feel like whenever you fall, there's two kinds of reactions. If it's a big fall, you either fall and you pop up so quick that people like didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Or you do the complete opposite. And I did the complete opposite. I fell and then rolled and moaned like out loud. I was holding my knee and I rolled over on my back on the loose gravel and said, oh.
You did a little stop, drop, and roll action.
Yep. And so I just like kind of, you know, my heart was racing. I feel like I was in like an active like blackout from like embarrassment. And so then the next day I really like came to terms. You know, I was doctoring my busted leg up and I said, oh my God, I think that maybe I'm someone who does fall now. I've like transitioned from someone who's good on her feet to someone who eats shit twice in 2 months.
I will never get over you falling in New Orleans. That was honestly the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Like,
hey, sometimes you do it gracefully and other times you just fall, but it's okay.
The only times I've fallen lately, it has not been gracefully.
Well, she is recovering. Her knee is not very well, but
look, if you're on the video version, you can see the remnants. It's
gonna literally
she's
vomit.
Still pretty beat up. My self-tanner the next morning was like so messed up. It was like in the, like, you know, it was all scraped up and it was just like half self-tanner, half dried blood. I was like, I gotta get this cleaned.
What cracks me up is that in like real time as you're falling and wiping out, I'm like curled up on my couch watching Beauty and the Beast by myself.
2 kinds of Saturday nights. Look,
I can't.
Whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. And honestly, I didn't even look back like to see who saw me, but I was like, the gravel was near a bar with the patio. So like, I know I had an audience and that's the worst part. Like I can't even think about it.
I feel like in that instance, you just need to stand up and give yourself a nice round of applause. Be like, thank you. Thank you so much. That was good.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you.
So bad.
So everyone pray for Lauren's knee.
Yeah. And pray my ankles get more sturdy. I can't keep going down this road. God.
All right, you guys. Today we are going to be sharing some of our roommate stories, some of the ones that y'all have written in, some of the good and the bad ones. And there are some whack-ass people out there is what we've learned. Like literally insane.
Crazy.
Insane.
But before we do that, y'all know we want to talk about neutral.
Of course.
Of
course we do.
Y'all, we've got 2 neutral flavors on the set today. I am sipping on the lemonade. The lemonade variety pack comes with 4 different flavors with a touch of lemonade. It's so good.
Yeah. And we also have kind of like the more neutral No, neutral, normal, neutral pack. We have watermelon here today. Every flavor is so freaking good, whether you want the lemonade or the normal neutral. And they also have some cranberry ones too.
Yeah, neutral. It's a vodka seltzer and it's fresh. It's not super artificial. We really are enjoying it.
Yeah. Thank you, Neutral, for supporting us.
Thanks. We love you.
We love you so much.
All
Okay,
right.
let's see. So we have some questions that we want to answer right off the bat. So here, I will ask you, and then we'll bounce back and forth.
Okay, go.
Okay, here we go, guys. What are the most important things to ask a potential roommate ahead of time?
Okay. The biggest one for me, I've had multiple roommates in my life, and I'll share some of that here in a second. The biggest thing that you have to agree on is temperature in the house to me. Y'all know I keep saying I run hot, but like if I ever lived with someone who like wouldn't set the temperature or would only set the temperature above like 70, I'm losing my mind. Like, no, you want this on 73, we're breaking up. Like, absolutely not. That's huge. Temperature in the house, huge deal breaker. You've got to talk about that in advance.
For example, my house is set at 73 and Lauren's is at what, 67 or something?
Yeah.
Something insane. And actually in real time, the AC in my apartment is freaking broken and it's 86 degrees inside. I just had to put that out there. It's horrible.
No way.
That
No
is
way.
huge though. Because if you're fighting over that,
That and then smoking and non-smoking is huge. Like, you know, you have to agree if you're gonna. I think you even have to be on the same page about smoking, like on the balcony.
Yeah.
You know, like especially if it's cigarettes, like that can just like linger into like the next room and stuff. Like I think that you have to talk about that in advance. I don't know. I definitely couldn't live with someone who wanted to like smoke in the house. That would like not jive with my lifestyle.
yeah. One of my big things that when I have had kind of like random roommates, I guess, I always ask what their partying kind of lifestyle is.
That's good.
Because I don't really want to I don't ever want to have the apartment that is like the party apartment where like, I mean, it's cool to have a pregame and stuff like that, but I don't want to be the place that people like trash, leave things around. Like I've got nice things in my apartment. That is just not, and for people that want to have that, that's totally cool, but that's not me.
Yeah.
So that is something like very upfront. It's like, hey, are you trying to have parties here or no? Like, are you a big party or like, are you going to be inviting people over here to do that? So I think that's good to be on the same page about. One thing also good to be on the same page about is pets. I'm just going to tell you, first of all, I love animals. Don't get me wrong. I don't have an animal right now because I don't have the time or the means to take care of one. So if you are talking to someone about them having a pet, let's be realistic. You are going to take care of their animal. As much as you think you're not going to, you are going to.
Okay. I hear what you're saying, but I disagree. I think you have to.
Really?
Well, I think you have to talk about it up front.
Yeah.
Like that's because like I
Right.
think there is a world where like if like we live together and you say, "Hey, I want to get a cat." That's whenever you have to be like, "That's your cat. If that
Yes.
cat hasn't been fed in 3 days, not my problem." You know?
Yes, no, exactly what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
be upfront, like, hey, I have a pet, but if you like know that you're gonna need your roommate to like let them out every so often, say that up front.
Yes.
Because it is gonna get very frustrating to the other roommate when it's like I just said, I don't have an animal because I don't have time for one. I didn't sign up to take this one on as mine.
Yep.
So that is just something to be, and of course, like very happy to help out all the time, but that is something be very upfront with someone about. And I think also like when it comes to boyfriends and friends, like how often are they going to be over? Cause it's like, you got to be respectful and share a space. And those things are sometimes huge. You don't want to be stuck in your room because you can't, like other people are over, you know what I mean?
No, yeah. And it's like so tricky because especially if it's random, then you might be someone who likes to host, but like what if you hate their friends? You know, like what if y'all like don't
Right.
have the same interests and stuff? Like that's just really awkward.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know. Also, okay, what's your stance on being friends with like a best friend?
Wait, what do you mean?
What did I just say?
I was like, I'm going to zoom in on my face when you just asked that because I was like, listen, I know I took Dayquil, but like,
Okay, I need y'all to hear me out. We're going to take a pause. I need y'all to understand me and Jamie took this Atlanta trip last week and we came back with the crud. We are on another world. Like, we have the snot-nosed crud. Bear with us, y'all.
Literally,
Oh my God.
when I just mentioned that the AC in my apartment is broken, on top of that, I feel like ass. So, like, it's really been intense.
Dude, okay. What I was trying to say was being roommates with your best friend. Roommates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that can, well, I think it also depends on the person at the same time. Like, some people you can be best friends with. Like, you and I are best friends, but I don't think we would live together very well.
It'd be horrible.
It just would not work, just of how we live. Like, even when she walks into my apartment, she's like, good God. Like, I feel like a hoarder compared to you. That's what Lauren says all the time.
I have so much shit on my walls. If there's a blank space on the wall, I'm wanting to put something on it. And Jamie's like got nothing. I mean, she's got like decor, but it's like minimal, like vibes. Like, I don't know. It's like clean vibes. And my apartment is like color and shit everywhere. Like, we would kill each other.
Yeah, I mean, I moved down to Savannah with one of my best friends that I grew up with, and honestly, it worked really well for us. But, I mean, there were definitely times where it's like, you got to have the awkward conversations of like, why didn't you unload the dishwasher? I don't want to because I just did. Like, those are bridges that you have to cross. But at the end of the day, it really depends. Oh my God, I just said the phrase. I haven't said it in so long. I was so proud of myself. But it really just kind of depends on the person and how similar you are, also how different you are.
Yeah. I've lived with my best friend. And I guess I can talk about like the good roommate experience that I had. I lived with this girl, Annalise, shout out Annalise, for like, 3-4 years or something. And we were on the same page about the hosting, like what you just described of being the apartment that people like to trash. That was our home. And it was glorious in college. It was so much fun. Apartment 4, we didn't even ask about that security deposit. We knew we didn't deserve it. Like, we just hosted every single weekend. It was so much fun. And we were on the same page about it. And we were best friends, and we still are best friends. And I think that is so rare. I would never, ever live with someone who's like a good friend again, because I feel like I've like cashed in, you know, like there, you get one chance to like live with a best friend and not ruin your life. And like, I got it with her. So like, we're good.
Yeah. I think also with roommates, this goes to in college. I had this one roommate where, as we're just saying, just be upfront and honest about who you are as a person and how you live. Like, it's going to save you a lot of trouble down the road. Like, if you know you're a messy person, freaking tell them that. Like, if you know that you leave dishes in the sink, tell them that. Because for me, like, those things matter. So, as stupid as it is, but you know how OCD I am.
Yeah.
But I had this one roommate in college where I really thought we were on the same page. And then, like, one night she's got girls chilling. They were like chilling on the floor talking. And like, this girl had told me she had never done drugs, like nothing. And like, I don't do any of that stuff. Like, I don't really care if people do, but like, I don't smoke weed. I don't do any of that stuff. And she's sitting there being like, oh yeah, my sister's going to come visit and she can bring us like all the brownies and like all the weed. And I'm dead ass sitting there. And I was like, what? Like,
you're like, you lied to me.
You lied. I'm like, bro, I am uncomfortable. I don't want that in here. Like that is not. So it's just like even little things like that might make people uncomfortable. And it's like, why would you lie about that?
Yes, you
like,
just
I'm
have to be honest.
know.
Yep. Ugh. And like, you just nailed it. Like, I think that you can hang out with someone all the time, like 7 days a week, and like y'all get along great, but there's a difference in your home. That's like your dojo, you know, like there are things that I'm comfortable with in any space but my actual house. Like, that's where you go. That is just your space, and you want it to be your vibe and exactly what you need to unwind at the end of the day.
Yes. I was just telling Lauren at lunch that like, my home in my room for me is my sanctuary. And you want to be comfortable in your living situation that you can come out and sit on the couch and want to talk to your roommate or whatever. Because if you're not in that situation and you feel like you're stuck in the four walls of your room, that sucks.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Just be honest with people. My God.
Yeah.
So annoying. Next one.
Do we have more questions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Should you live with a random roommate?
Hell no. No. See, and that's where I found myself in a situation where I literally can't ever have a roommate ever again, because I'm saying that I will not live with someone who's a good friend because I've cashed in, and I will also not live with a random. So the pool is this big.
For me, it's worked out both ways. Like, I had one random roommate in college my freshman year, shout out Casey, that like happened because the girl that I was rooming with, literally within the first week of school, we weren't living in the freshman dorm. She was like freaking out that we weren't with the freshmen, so she literally up and left and went to the freshman dorms. and Casey and I like randomly got each other and became best friends. Of course, we had things that we had to like work through, but that worked out really well. But then I've also had like other random roommates in college and just like in life in general where it just like really did not work out. Although we were very upfront about things, she wasn't always upfront about things. So I was like, oh God.
I will never ever. I've been burned twice by random roommates, and I will literally never do it again. Like, there are too many crazy asses out there. I will never.
You want to jump into your story from there?
Yes.
Yes,
y'all.
I do.
So
strap in.
Again, I've had many roommates. One of them, it was in college. I was a freshman, and so we were sharing a dorm. And whenever we first moved in, I've actually talked about her before on an episode. She's the one that whenever we were first moving in, she was like cussing her parents out. So like I kind of knew from the jump, like this girl is crazy. And the first thing that we disagreed on was she had this whack air freshener. It smelled just so strong, and it was like giving me a headache.
What did it smell like?
Just too much. It was like one of those tropical ones that smells like a car wash or some shit. And it was just like too much in our dorm that was the size of like this set. And so I just told her, I was like, hey girl, what if we just like get a lighter air freshener? Like I'm down with a spray maybe like when needed. She says, okay. And then every time I would leave to go to class, I'd come back and she would have plugged the air freshener back in. And I'm like, bitch, it now smells like this for 24 more hours. I'm like, just stop, unplug it. So then I would get like mad and unplug it and set it on the counter, like where she could see that I unplugged it. And then it was just unplug, plug, unplug, plug, like for days. So we were already disagreeing. Then she started FaceTiming her ex-boyfriend every night out loud until one of them fell asleep. So I was in the same room trying to sleep, and I would just hear her whispering to her ex-boyfriend until either he snoozed or she snoozed.
And so they just stay on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoever like was on their last would just hang up. And so I was like, okay, now you're like literally whispering while I'm trying to go to sleep. I hate whispering. So it all kind of came to a head. Whenever I think it had been maybe like a month in or something. And I caught the flu like everyone else their freshman year. Like you immediately catch everything. And so I'm like up in the bed trying to rest and stuff. Well, this girl, she had like Crohn's disease. So like her immune system was really weak. And so I was like trying, like I was Lysoling, like staying on my side of the room. But it's a freaking dorm room. Like I literally have nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. This is where I live. I'm not kidding, Jamie. She woke me up. Her phone flashlight in my face, cussing me out that I got the flu on purpose because I wanted her to get it because I know she has a weak immune system. And I wanted her to get out.
No.
I cannot make it up. I called my mom. I went out in the hallway, flu-y pajamas, and I was like, on the phone.
Oh my God.
She's yelling at me that I'm trying to contaminate the room on purpose. And my mom was like, I'm coming to get you. You know, Carolyn. She like got in the car and like drove up there and she was like, we're figuring this shit out. So my mom got a hotel. I stayed with her until I got better. And then I came back in the room and I said, listen, I'm going to move out. I'm going to find somewhere else to live. I just don't think that you and I are a good match. In person, she took it well. I went to class and I came back and I had this big dry erase board and she took a permanent marker and drew a huge dick on it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell?
And like literally, we kept living together for like a day while I moved all my stuff out. And like I just threw the dry erase board out and we just like kind of fizzled out conversation. Like she just avoided the room. Yep.
What?
Yep.
What is going on at Mississippi State? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, you know how sometimes people just have a phase in their life whenever they're being like a monster and they like get through it? Now, actually, she's like married and like I think she has a baby and like she seems to be like doing pretty well. Like she'll like send me a message. We have the same birthday actually. And she'll send me a message on my birthday. Like I think she's cool now, which is crazy.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That's
like,
not even. Buy me another dry erase board, please.
Yeah, you owe me a big, huge dry erase calendar.
I can't believe she drew a dick on it, and you didn't say anything.
No, I was just like, okay. Like at that point, I was moving out. I was so over this girl. I was like, I don't even care about it. Whatever.
Oh my God.
I should have kept it as like an artifact. Like put it in a frame. That'd been so funny.
You really should have.
Yeah. then I had another crazy roommate shortly after that, actually. And so, no, I'm serious. Like, I went through like a self-reflecting phase, and I was like, am I the problem? Because what are the odds I get 2 psychopaths in a row?
I mean, this is great. I had like random roommate things that happen, but like I haven't had this happen.
No, I'm telling you, psychos. So this girl, I lived with her, and we actually became like best friends very fast. I thought she was like so cool. We were into all of the same things, and then I just kind of started to notice that she was like really fucking mean. Like, seriously. She started to call people fluffy, meaning like they were fat. And then she would be like, oh, did you see so-and-so last night? Did you see how swollen she looked? And I was like, can you like stop calling people fat? Like, oh my God. Yeah, no, like just mean girl shit, like mean. And so once I started to like pick up on that, I was like, I don't know like if this girl is like actually my best friend or not,
Yeah.
And so we started to kind of drift apart then. And then there was all this weirdness. I was painting a cooler, like, how you paint like frat coolers. I was painting a cooler, and she was like getting really mad that I was painting it in the room, saying that like there wasn't enough room and that there was paint fumes. I was like, I'm using like acrylic paint. Chill. There's no paint fumes.
You're not gonna pass out.
Yeah. And so then like it felt like everything was just building up with her. And then again, this is like year 2 in college. I got mono. So I went home to like my family's home for like a full week to just like get out of there and recover. I came home to my room, and we had a shared bathroom. She had thrown away every single thing I left in the shared bathroom. She threw away my hair dryer, Jamie, all of my makeup, all of my shampoo and conditioner, my shaving stuff, every bit of toiletry and like hair product that I left in the shared space. She just threw it away.
Because you had mono?
Yep. And that's what I said. I said, hey, I'm just trying to understand where my things went. She's like, oh, you were just so sick. I was just really freaked out about like all of our stuff being in the same room together. I said, mono. You only get mono from drinking after someone with mono.
I was just gonna say, isn't it like a drinking or kissing thing? Like,
Yes.
isn't mono like the kissing disease or like something like that?
Yes. And that's what I said. I was like, are you licking my hair dryer? I'm not. Like,
Are you using my toothbrush?
y'all. And so whenever that happened, and so it was also a weird situation because her stepdad was like rich, like so rich. And so she wasn't even really upset. I was like, do you know how much money you just threw away? All my makeup? Oh my God. She wrote me a check for like $600 that day. Like it was no problem. She just wrote me a check and told me to buy the new stuff. And I was like, this is such a hassle. Like, I can't stand you. And so then we had actually been looking for a lease at a new place. And I told her, I was like, I'm not living with you. You're crazy too. And her stepdad then, since we like broke up our future plans, her stepdad paid for her to live in a hotel instead of finishing out our current lease.
In a hotel?
A hotel for the rest of the semester. I was like,
Wow.
must
That
be nice,
something.
number one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was 2 psychos in a row. And I was literally thinking like, so I had done something. I was like, why? Why?
Damn. Okay. Well, I understand why you are so adamant about no random roommates.
Never again. I'm not kidding. The only person I'll ever live with again is Annalise or a man.
Wow.
I'm never living with another random bitch ever.
Or a man. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like now that I live on my own, because my parents will be like, oh, you should just live with someone and save money. But now that I live on my own, I'm like, I don't want to.
No. Once you live on your own once, it's like you really get used to like not having to compromise on everything.
It's weird to think that I like shared a fridge with someone,
Yeah.
which is so strange. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like to be by myself. So
Yeah.
that's a
And
whole
now
different thing.
I live with Cameron now, and he's the easiest roommate I've ever had. Like, it's really just, it wasn't a huge deal. Like, whenever we moved in, people were like, oh my God, like, y'all are moving in together. I really didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. And like, my life didn't really change. Because you know how it is. Like, whenever you have a boyfriend, like, you spend the night at each other's places a lot anyway. So it really didn't feel like that big of a change. And we've just kind of gotten in the routine where like we didn't really have to talk too much about it as far as like chores go and stuff. Like, whenever I'm at work, if there's dishes, he does them. If he's at work, if there's dishes, I do them. But I don't think that it's the same whenever it's not your significant other. I think that it requires like more intentional planning if it's a friend.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something you need to communicate of like, oh, who's going to bring the trash out? Because then you notice that the person isn't bringing it out because they think you're going to do it. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a little much.
And then you're like, how was your day, Jamie?
Yeah. Did you take the trash out? Yeah.
The kitchen stinks.
Yeah. Yeah, roommates are definitely hard. Like, luckily I had I lived with my best friends in college, so it really did work out for the most part. But I mean, just trying to adapt to how other people live. And no matter how similar you are, there's going to be different things because you got to share the space. Like, I know even my last roommate, like, she had a boyfriend at the same time I did. So it was like, okay, when is her boyfriend coming over and when is mine coming over? And it just, we lived in such a small apartment that it was like, okay, we literally can't have like 15 freaking people in this damn apartment at once, you know? So it's just kind of being on the same page about that. But yeah. At the end of the day, just being upfront and freaking honest about the type of person you are to live with.
You have to. You really
have
do.
to.
And of course, like, I wish that I could be like, oh no, I'm like very organized and, you know, like it's not going to be cluttered in here. And that's just like not true. That's just not how I live. So
She goes, that's just not true.
it's just not true.
That is just not true. Guys,
Yeah.
I don't know if Lauren, we literally considered living together. What would we say for like 20 seconds?
20 full seconds.
When we had first met and then her and Cameron had moved in together. Honestly, I don't think we'd have this podcast if we had.
No, I would probably hate you.
Yeah.
Like, and you would hate me.
Just from like our temperature difference and everything, just like how we decorate. When like my last roommate, when she moved in, I was so hyped when we had the same like vibe.
See, that's huge. That's
yeah,
huge.
I was like, oh yeah, like everything she was bringing in. Because that is such a massive thing. You think that it's not, but like decorate your room the way that you want, but the like communal living space, if that is on 15 different wavelengths, oh no.
Yeah, and I'm anal about decor too. Like, if it isn't bringing me joy, I like hate it.
It isn't bringing me joy.
And also, you just reminded me, whenever me and Cam initially moved in together, we were actually living in, I mean, it's basically a studio. It's technically a 1-bedroom, like above a garage. But I mean, you live there now. It's like a studio pretty much.
Yeah.
And at the time, I did not realize how stressful that environment was because we had 2 people in there plus 2 animals.
I don't know how you did that.
And like, I didn't feel like I was like always furious, but once we moved out into a bigger space, I was like, oh, like I felt like I had lost 15 pounds of like stress. And so that's something else to just think about whenever you're living with someone. Like, you might think, oh, we can squeeze, it's no problem, but it's not like a weekend vacation. Like, you need to make sure that you and whoever you're living with have enough room because that to me just adds like so much tension if you feel like you're on top of someone else.
Yeah. It's horrible when you don't like the person that you're living with. It's so uncomfortable.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have our crazy stories, but we're going to get into our anonymous stories now from all of y'all,
Oh my God.
which I feel really bad for some of you guys.
This shit is so funny. Okay, do you want to kick it off or you want me to?
Sure, I can. Okay, so we named them again like we did. It's just so much fun, like we did for the cheating story. So the first one, we have shared space sexy time. We got multiple write-ins about roommates having sex in the same room as y'all. That is rough. That is rough. Time and a place.
I think I would bet $100, I'm serious, that every person listening to this has either done that to someone or had it done to them. The amount of people that wrote this in was astonishing.
I'm like really trying to think if that ever happened to me. I don't know. I never did. But I'm like trying to think if my roommates had. Like, I think they had boys, but unless I'm just freaking delusional and I literally just never noticed. But
Look,
damn.
Y'all know I was so crazy. I used to be such a nut. I was the one that was bringing someone in the room. I was that bitch.
Wait, you gotta tell this.
What story?
That Annalise sent you with her roommate.
No! Oh my God, my parents are gonna be like crying. Oh my God.
Okay, we don't have to. We don't have to.
No, Annalise knows what story I'm talking about. The video? Oh my
We
God.
just got a little freaky sometimes.
Okay, look.
Not we, Lauren. I don't know why I said it that way.
The next one is called Toilet Trauma. This one is freaking disgusting. My roommate overflowed the toilet
Ew.
all over our apartment. There was poopy water everywhere, and she left soggy brown towels all over the floor so long that they started to grow mold on them. She also left bloody tampons overflowing in the bathroom trash can. That lease ended early.
What?
Y'all.
Are you kidding?
Also, okay.
No, not real. No way.
Something that I learned in Savannah, like the pipes here are old. So when it comes to tampon etiquette, you have to wrap that shit up. You don't leave that just out in the open. You can't flush it because of the pipes, but if you're going to put it in the trash can, you guys have got to be hiding that. A dog will come in there and take them.
Yep.
I learned that one the hard way. Listen, that's disgusting.
Okay, wait. Little side note, which is something that this is so TMI because it's about tampons. I have never been the girl to flush them down the toilet. Like, I was always taught when I was little to just like put it in the trash can, and unfortunately we learned that the hard way with my dog Shadow is fucking disgusting. And Lauren always flushes it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Until I lived in Savannah with these old pipes, I just was flushing these things willy-nilly.
Yeah, and then she got called out by her landlord because she fucked up the pipes.
I did. I messed up the pipes here in Savannah, and he brought the plumber, and he sent me an email and was like, "Hi, Lauren. Plumber said, please remind you, only toilet paper in the toilet." I was like, I am gonna die.
Sorry, I just had to bring that up. That's so funny because I'm like, what is everybody's go-to maneuvers?
So bad.
I don't know. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Smelly sheets. Oh God. I had a roommate who had a different chick in his. Wait, what? Okay. Is this from a guy's perspective?
Yeah.
Okay, I just got so confused. I had a roommate who had a different chick in his bed as often as he'd get a tank of gas, yet he changed his sheets only as often as he got his oil changed. Oh my God, ew. And also, like, the comparisons are wild in that sentence.
That is such a beautiful comparison. I absolutely love this write-in.
Oh my God, ew, that's nasty. You definitely got something growing in there.
That's bad. All right. Raw roommate. I had a roommate who left raw ground beef out overnight and ate it the next day. This had to be a boy.
Wait, how are you not getting food poisoning?
That's what I'm saying. How is that physically possible? Did they die?
Like, talk about getting like a rare hamburger. Ew. Can you actually eat that? Definitely not.
I'm not a doctor, but I feel like
or something.
Not good.
Oh my God. Ew. Okay. Sneaky sleeper. My freshman year roommate went on a bit of a bender. No judgment, all jealousy. But I knew she had a big business algebra exam coming up. The day of the exam, I woke up and she was nowhere to be found. All of our friends started calling her like crazy. I even went to the Sigma Chi and SAE houses to search for her. When I got back to our dorm room, I heard someone snoring, and this girl had been... Wait, what? And this girl had managed to wedge herself between... the wall and her bed. She was dead asleep and the room was covered in popcorn. She made it to her exam. Good for you. How did you not suffocate? Like,
I want to break this one
the
down.
missing roommate.
I absolutely love that this girl's roommate was like, this bitch is asleep at the Sigma Chi house. That is so
SAE,
funny.
we're getting there.
So
oh my
funny.
God.
Also, the popcorn all over the room. That's so good.
Literally, how did she not suffocate though? For real. Also, how did she not fall?
I don't know. I'm picturing like those like crappy dorm beds that are really tall too. You know, like was she standing?
Just like slowly sinks down the wall as the night goes on.
That's so funny. Oh my God, y'all,
Oh my God, what is up
another
with this?
poop one. Okay, this one's called petty poop. My roommate decided to get a dog and hide it from our landlord. I already felt uncomfortable with that, but the last straw was when I came home at 4 a.m. after working all night and found a pile of dog crap on our carpet. She left it there in plain sight. She'd also leave pizza boxes with pizza still in them out in the living room.
I'm so triggered.
The hygiene of some of these roommates is just so bad.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like when you have a pet, you need to keep up with the cleanliness of not only yourself, but also your pet.
Yep.
Good Lord. Okay. A hairy situation. One of my suite mates in college would brush her hair, oh God, in the shower and leave a whole wad of hair in the shower drain and all over the shower wall. Come on, guys. We tried to have a civil conversation with her and asked her politely to clean up the hair after she showered. I know it sounds dramatic, but it was like nothing I've ever seen before. The balls of hair looked like tumbleweeds rolling through the desert in a cartoon. She didn't stop after we talked, so we left her a reminder note, which apparently pissed her off. The next time she took a shower, she used her hair to write "fuck you" on the shower wall. Wow! 0 to 100 so quick. Wait, what? Oh, wow.
That is so funny to me. She's like, oh yeah?
Yep. F
my God.
you.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
Ew. That is so gross. Girls, like, we all know that our hair comes out so much in the shower. Gross.
I think that's my favorite one on this whole list. All right. Undercover undies. My roommate stole my underwear and lied about it, even though they were covered in her vag juice. You guys.
Oh my God. No. No. No.
That one is so descriptive and so nasty.
I'm so scared.
Also, who borrows panties and doesn't wash them? Why? Why would you just put them back?
Okay, wait. This literally happened to my relative. they had the same shit go down where the roommate was doing a little sneaky move of grabbing the undies, claiming she wasn't using them when they're clearly in the not dishwasher. What the heck is it called? No, in the bin, in the laundry
hamper.
bin. Yes. What? When they're clearly in her laundry bin. Why are we taking other people's undies?
Y'all, a couple weeks ago, my panties actually got stolen from the Spin City up there.
True.
Yeah, Cameron was doing our laundry, and he stepped out for a minute, and someone stole my $175 pair of denim shorts and all of my panties. So I think this might be a thing.
$175 denim shorts?
They were a gold day. It's like the biggest splurge I've ever done on denim, and they got stolen, so.
Oh my God, wait, I forgot to tell you. I found one of your fuzzy socks in the apartment.
Oh, wow. Wow. I haven't lived there in a year.
I was vacuuming and all of a sudden the little suction thing was like, and it sucked up something. And it's a fuzzy sock. I'm washing it for you right now.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, wait, no, this is you.
Oh, okay, wait. Okay, the fragile roommate. Oh my God, this one's whack. I had a roommate who would break glass for fun, like throw glass plates in our yard.
Y'all.
Are we releasing anger? Is this making us happy? I need to dive deeper into why this is happening and taking place.
That is something, like we said up top, that I think you should just like go ahead and disclose to someone.
Listen,
I'm going to break some glass.
if you hear some noises outside, don't mind. It is me.
It's just me. All right, y'all. This one is called AA. My roommate was super possessive of me and would get mad when I hung out with other people. She had an alcohol bottle graveyard stacked up on her side of the room. One day I came home and had a write-up ticket on my bed from our RA. My roommate had reported me and told the RA that all the alcohol bottles were mine. I had to go to 2 AA meetings because of this bitch.
That's horrible. Why would you do that to someone?
Y'all, I know that's so bad, but like, that's so funny.
That's hysterical. But like, what? Why? I want to know what that conversation was afterward. That is insane.
So good.
Also, like, don't those meetings actually cost a lot of money?
I have no idea.
My friend got a citation at Penn State for drinking underage.
We got one too.
And really?
Yeah. I didn't have to do anything, but my roommate had to like go to court.
Oh, yeah. No, she had to pay like hundreds of dollars and go to these AA meetings. And she's like, okay,
Yo.
whatever. I know. So bad. Okay. Roach war. This is so disturbing. My roommates were dirty. We had cockroaches. I would bomb the house every few weeks, but got tired of my roommates not giving me money for the cockroach bombs. Ugh. Eventually, I started bombing only my room and the shared spaces. The bombs created a kind of bubble, so when I'd bomb, the roaches would run to my roommate's room. They'd be freaking battling them. I'd hear boots being thrown at the walls, and they'd be yelling, "What the fuck? They're everywhere." I never told them that I started the cockroach fights.
That is so funny. Like,
Oh my God, you know how much I hate bugs. I would literally freak out.
I'm just picturing this person like sitting in their bed listening to like boom, boom. Oh my God, they're everywhere. And they're just like watching TV in peace. That's so good.
Like, I got you.
Okay. This one is called Cuddle Puddle.
I can't.
My roommate stole my mattress and dragged it out to our living room to host a cuddle puddle. I came home the next morning to everyone passed out on my mattress, covered in food and drinks. My bedding and mattress were soaked in pee and booze. I asked her to replace my bedding, and she refused and said, "It's just a little pee." So, whenever we got this one in, we were like, what the fuck is a cuddle puddle?
Yeah.
So,
Like, should we know this?
I don't know that term, so we looked it up, and a cuddle puddle is a group session of hugging and petting associated with recreational drug use.
Like, what?
Y'all,
I can't.
I can think of 100 things I'd rather do than trip my balls off while someone pets me. Petting? No!
Trip my balls off. Wait, so also when we were talking about this, I looked at Lauren. I'm like, I need to stop telling people. Like, we've been putting that a fun fact of mine is that like I love a good hug. Like, I'm done. I'm done putting that on shit. People definitely think I'm a fucking creep trying to have a cuddle puddle. I do not want to partake in a cuddle puddle. I really don't. And I'm very alarmed that I've come across as a creep.
I am begging.
Why?
I'm begging someone, please formally invite Jamie to a cuddle puddle.
No. Okay, also side note, like this girl being like, it's only a little pee. Bitch, there shouldn't be any pee. There should be none to be had. I cannot. That's disgusting.
Ew.
I'm sweating. Oh my God, that's too much. Okay. Anyways, the next one, Snow White. This one's kind of whack and also includes cuddles. My old roommate would have her mom sleep over once a month, where they would sit on the couch, cuddle, and watch movies. She also fed pigeons every morning, so our apartment was surrounded by birds, and one lived on our windowsill permanently. We actually have a visual aid for this of the 2 pigeons completely perched on the windowsill.
Okay, I love the mom spending the night once a month. Like, that's me and my mom's dream. 100%.
No, but this girl was weird because this is one of my friends. And when she wrote in about this girl, like she'd tell us, like, would never tell anyone that the mom was coming over. Like she'd come home, the mom's chilling in the apartment by herself, sitting watching TV. Like, listen, we love a good mom visit. That's great. We need boundaries.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need Donna coming in, perching herself on the couch like the pigeon and not leaving.
Yeah.
Like, we're good.
That's
we
fair.
are good.
That's fair.
It's too much.
This one is called Lights Off, Please. My freshman year roommate told me night 1 that she had depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. I'm a big advocate for mental health. My husband has been on medication for depression for years, but this girl refused to go to any kind of therapy or take any medication. After a few weeks of living together, she stopped letting me turn any lights on in our dorm room, so I had to get ready using the light on my makeup mirror. When the tension finally came to a head, she walked into our dorm and opened every dresser drawer, the fridge door, the closets, and slammed them all shut to make a scene. I moved out and we never spoke again. Y'all, I don't want to make light of mental health, but like, this shit is crazy.
Like, are we okay? Clearly not.
I kind of love like opening every drawer just to slam them shut though. You know, like that's the level of drama that like I love. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding.
The level of drama. She's going to slam the doors and then draw a penis on the dry erase board.
Also, not letting you turn the lights on.
Yeah, come on.
That's so crazy.
We need a little give and take here. Are we having nap time? Are we sleeping? Why can no lights be on?
Y'all.
Does she have a permanent migraine 24/7? Is that why?
That's bad.
My God. Okay, our last story for you. Garage dweller. I had a roommate who chose to live in the garage instead of our bedroom. What did you do to her? Why?
I'm just picturing that conversation when she's like, yeah, so that second bedroom, I'm going to just take the garage.
Easy access with the door.
Why?
Like, did we have carpeting in that? Did we renovate the garage, or was this literally like the concrete floors? Talk about bugs.
Y'all, that's so funny. That is so weird. That's what all of these, we can chop them up to just weird. People are so weird.
I mean, I am so sorry. Truly. I mean, this is so funny to read, but I can't believe that these are real situations.
I know. And once you have a bad roommate, like, you're like scarred for life. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I bet any of these people with real bad ones, they're like, oh, I'll never live with a random again. Or maybe anyone ever again.
I know. If you're one of the people that submitted the story, have you lived with anyone else afterward?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be scarred.
I would too. I'd have like an extensive interview process.
Oh my God.
So
questionnaire. Full on questionnaire. We need a background check. We need everything.
Oh my gosh. Look, thank y'all so much for writing in. If you forgot to write in, send us your stories. These are just like really fun to read.
Yeah. And if you have other tips of what you should be asking a roommate before you move in with them, let us know.
Yep.
We need to help the people. We need to be prepared.
Yep.
For the move-in process.
Pop off in the comments with your roommate requirements. Anyway, I guess that's kind of it for this episode.
Yeah.
We hope that we've made you giggle a little bit, and we hope that we've given you some thinking points whenever you are looking for a new roommate.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, you know what we need to bring up?
What?
Savannah peeps, we have a meetup coming up in October. We haven't even talked about it yet.
Wow.
October 13th, guys.
Yeah, we have a meetup. The whole point of this is just to meet new friends. It's not like a worky thing. It's not like a dating thing. We're just trying to meet new people because it can be really hard to meet people, you know, especially whenever you go to work and go home. Like, when you're going to meet new friends. So come on out October 13th at the Homestead.
Yeah, and it will be like free for anybody that wants to show up. And we were saying it's not like a like a singles mixer or whatever. It's literally just to meet people. So like guys, girls, anybody can come.
Yeah, we've got a social game plan that's going to be really fun. It's not going to be cheesy. Like, we're going to get y'all talking to each other.
Yeah, and we'll have some music. We'll have drinks, the games, as Lauren said. We'll have the cocktail boys there, which will be fun. They'll be serving you the drinks and whatnot. But yeah, it's going to be really fun. So make sure that you come out October 13th. Write that down.
All right, y'all. That's all we got this week. New episodes drop every single Monday morning, bright and early. You can watch us as a web show on YouTube, and you can listen to us as a podcast only on Spotify, Apple, Google, all the places that podcasts can be found.
Yeah, and follow us on social media at Chicks and Dip Pod. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things. And you can follow our personal pages. Mine is at Jamie Burton with 2 A's.
Mine is at Lauren_Wolverton.
Sometimes we forget to do that. So we'll be better.
You can find us.
All right. Well, thanks, y'all.
We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.